Your extended self is a joke. In reality, it's just your indebted self performing with designer goods. Authenticity isn't a value, it's just another expensive commodity. You are not afraid of being poor. You are terrified of being irrelevant, and the system profits from that terror. The price of your luxury item is not the material, it's the rent you pay for an identity. In this video, I give you the meta-truth and the elite secret so you can, at least, play the game of vanity with intellectual superiority. I won't free you from the cycle, but if you don't watch until the end, it's because you prefer to be the inexhaustible working capital rather than possessing the key capable of taming the mechanism. The glorious engineering of the void. How to profit from the existential debt of the extended self. Slogan: Your insecurity, our profit. Authenticity is just another commodity. The aesthetic wound and subsidized consumption. Another lamb in my digital slaughterhouse. Apparently, today's human misery is the addiction to social validation. The commodity we have in hand is not tangible, but surgical. It is the cynical explanation of why the target audience buys. We are selling the mirror that reveals indebtedness as a social performance. Our product is the meta-truth, the acidic awareness that, ironically, will be consumed as yet another intellectual status badge. The target audience is not buying a luxury item. They are paying the rent for their own identity, the so-called extended self, which is built upon conspicuous consumption and the tyranny of appearance. The extended self is a joke. It is nothing more than an indebted self, masked in designer labels. In this culture of comparison, our target's pain is not financial, it is existential. What drives us are the most intimate weaknesses, the fear of social obsolescence, the infamous FOMO, and the terror of being classified as common or worse, irrelevant. The price of a luxury handbag is not the leather, but the fleeting feeling that the life performed on the newsfeed has finally caught up with the life desired. They seek a peace that money cannot buy, but they are willing to mortgage the future for a brief moment of validation. This is our goldmine, the cognitive dissonance between the desire for authenticity and the act of purchasing it. The vicious cycle of aesthetic indebtedness is an inexhaustible revenue stream. Every impulsive purchase generated by digital performance creates a new insecurity, the fear of damaging the item, post-purchase guilt, which in turn demands the purchase of a new, quick, cheap, and edible remedy, i.e., a new product, or in this case, our illuminating analysis, sold as the key to escaping the cycle, but which will keep them in it intellectually. The important thing is that they are consuming something. It is the most perfect emotional and financial churn machine. The battlefield of vanity. In the glittering metropolis of Chromopolis, where the only crime is wearing last season's clothes, lived the couple Elias and Estella Stryver, both meek junior marketing analysts at the Spectre Tower. They were not poor, but their greatest fear was being seen as mediocre. Worse, Estella's greatest fear was that Elias would make her look less on platform Zeta and vice versa. Their relationship was fundamentally a mutual validation contract, where aesthetics was the cornerstone clause. If Estella hesitated to buy the viral luxury item that would validate her lifestyle, Elias would cover her with the argument that it was for the sake of the couple's personal brand. And Elias could never appear without the minimalist watch that signaled quiet luxury, because Estella would remind him, with the delicacy of aggressive copy, that their emululated pseudo-rich narrative depended on it. They spent their evenings scrolling through platform Zeta, where the algorithm of despair delivered with military precision the carousel of envy. With every swipe of the thumb, they saw the life of Sylvia Luxurious, our ideal field agent.
Sylvia Luxurious is not an influencer. She is an anxiety curator. She sells the rented glow-up with the authenticity of a bounced check. Her pseudo-authenticity tactic is brilliant. She performs the vulnerable rant about the stress of choosing between two exotic resorts or the dilemma of maintaining a flawless tan, making the unattainable slightly relatable. She simulates the consumer hero's journey, where the apex of the narrative arc is not self-knowledge, but acquisition. The price of a single ostentatious item ironically becomes the exact equivalent of the value needed to finance the construction of a complete sanitary module in a school in a poor country, a place that doesn't even have such basic human dignity equipment. This transaction, which could mean vital infrastructure, is summarily reduced by Sylvia to a mere therapeutic reward for a day of cosmetic stress, validating the insignificance of the real in favor of the illusory. Her life is fake rich flexing taken to perfection, monetizing envy and the feeling that if you don't have what she has, you're not trying hard enough in your personal journey. Our main tactic begins with the bombardment of emotional triggers. We will utilize the fragility funnel, targeting paid campaigns toward micro moments of loneliness and boredom, exploiting the extreme convenience of one-click purchasing. The copy should not sell the product, but the absence of pain that the product supposedly mitigates. Tired of being invisible? This watch doesn't tell time, it marks your social ascent. Simple, crude, and straight into the vein of the wealth-signaling desire they disguise as self-investment.
Sylvia's campaign, dubbed the Exclusive Minimalism Revolution, targets the most delicious niche, the enlightened insecure. This is the audience that claims to hate ostentation, but is dying to belong to the elite who understand. Quiet luxury doesn't scream brands, it whispers access codes that only the tribe recognizes, capitalizing on the target audience's subtle prejudice against the new rich who need blatant logos. We sell the concept of investment in personal wealth instead of luxury purchase. Vanity, when dressed in sophistication, becomes a double-edged sword. It satisfies the desire for status and the need to feel intellectually superior. Our competitors, like Dr. Zenith of spiritual marketing, try to sell authenticity and purpose, pure distraction. We infiltrate that narrative. We sell our analysis not as the cynical truth, but as the elite's secret knowledge that allows our audience to play the game with intellectual superiority. Our price must be high, of course. The high cost is the first validation filter. They pay to feel superior to those who are still buying the shoe, because they are now buying the key that explains why others buy it. It's the cycle of vanity squared. Social media is our playground. On platform Zeta, using retargeting with images of happiness and belonging, followed by a guilt CTA, you deserve the best, stop settling for the mediocre, ensures the path between insecurity and checkout is as short as possible.
We will geofence around major shopping centers in the decadent city of Ostentation Port, triggering ads for irresistible finds that, when added up, ensure chronic indebtedness. We don't sell products, we sell justifications for impulsive spending, packaged as aesthetic self-help.
In the end, human nature proves to be the most predictable and gloriously the most renewable commodity in existence. The emotional churn machine never breaks because it is fueled by self-sabotage. Our targets see the trap with crystal clarity. They read the cynical manual we sell them, even paying handsomely for this meta-truth. However, the satisfaction generated by this new cognitive superiority is just an additive to the vanity equation. Instead of using the knowledge to break free from the cycle, they use it as a sophisticated intellectual justification for their next consumer relapse. The ego, now shielded by knowing, demands aesthetic validation once more, transforming knowledge into fuel for fear. Superficiality, therefore, is our inexhaustible working capital. Now, let us line our pockets, for our business transcends the transaction of goods. We are selling the very illusion of dignity and belonging. Humanity consistently fails to learn the lesson, and this weakness guarantees that our stock of the void never runs out, replenished with every new swipe of the thumb. We are not selling products, we are selling the very illusion of dignity. And that's why I will never run out of money.